Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. In today's readings, we're asking for an immediate message for you, a time-sensitive message that Spirit wishes to bring you right here, right now, something you need to know, you need to be aware of. And we will also ask if there's any information about the coming week or how to follow through on the basis of that message. I post a reading that asks this direct question every single Sunday. Super Souls, you can find other readings in my Timeless Readings playlist if you're wanting more specific questions to be answered, or indeed if you just want at any time to tune in with a pick a card reading with an immediate message for you. So we're going to draw 3 cards together. I'm seeing our first, and that's being the second, and this one the third. We're going to draw some runes and charms as well. Let's have a look and see what we're shown first of all. So first of all, you have Journey's End. This is for reading 1. Okay. Reading 2, we have Hope. Okay, and reading 3, we have Growth. Beautiful cards, beautiful energy. Okay, beautiful souls. You may already know which of the readings is speaking to you, but I'm going to draw runes and a charm as well. Okay, I'm hearing 2 for each reading. And so reading 1, you have Algiz, the rune of protection, and Jira, the rune of harvest. That is for reading 1. Reading 2, we have Anzus. This is the rune of signs, signals, and Hagalas, which is the rune of disruption. Okay, how interesting. Then we have Fehu, the rune of possessions, nourishment, along with Dagaz, the rune of breakthrough. Okay, let's draw a charm as well. So we have 1, 2, and 2 for reading 3. So reading 1, you have the Eye of Horus, this little eye. Reading 2, you have the beautiful hand. This hand is covered in spirals. I don't know if the camera can really focus on that. There's a big hole there as well, but it's covered in spirals. And reading 3, you have the sign of peace. And you also have the butterfly as well. Let me show those to you. Okay. Okay. There we go. So beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the video running for just a few moments longer for anyone that needs just a little bit more time, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. If you find you are drawn to more than one, it's probably worth listening to them both. Sometimes I know for some people it's all of them. It just may mean that there is more than one message for you, because you know, clearly a lot of stuff goes on in our worlds on a daily basis, and these readings are really about here and now messages that Spirit wishes to give you right now, with additional helpful information to navigate or understand something of that message and how to proceed potentially. So beautiful souls, I will put the timestamps into the description box and also in the pinned comment for phone users, just to make it really easy to access the readings. Tons and tons of love, and see you in just a moment. Hey, beautiful Pile 1 people, thank you so much for joining me for today's readings. Now, you have the card of Journey's End. You have the Eye of Horus, the runes of protection and harvest. Something is reaching its natural conclusion, or it's coming to a point of harvest, a point of completion. You may have yeah, you may have actually worked very, very hard. You may have had to step up to make this ending, this conclusion, this completion possible, to bring that harvest in. Or it may be that you're still needing to, and that the cards are indicating that you do need to see something through. The wild boar is an energy in native traditions. The wild boar is about stepping up. It's about seeing something through. It's about having courage. I feel like seeing something through, literally, with this Eye of Horus. Let's draw more cards for you and see what else we are shown for my beautiful pile 1. May we please have an immediate message for pile 1. We'll use those 2 cards, I think, and actually that one. And I think we'll draw a moon card as well. May we have a moon card, please, for my pile 1 people. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. How interesting. We have the village. We have Thanatos. How interesting. And the desert. Very, very interesting energy here. So, my beautiful pile 1, something is absolutely definitely coming to its natural end. It's run its course. It can't be continued with, or it's not the right time to stay with something. The harvest ultimately is about the new that's yet to come. I think there's a bit of disorientation around this natural completion. You know, when something does come to its natural end, and even when it's something that you've really, really worked for and you're really feeling good about the end of it, you actually also have now got to think about what you're doing next. It's this sort of turning point. Your dreams need a practical plan. So as one thing comes to an end, there's a need, I think, to get still. You know, the Journey's End card also speaks about like a steadfastness, you know, being steady, being solid, stopping still for a moment and being an observer, looking, seeing, being an observer of what's around you in order to decide what to focus on and work upon next. Something completes and the new begins, but you may be a little uncertain as to how to, almost like what to do next. And I think the message is really clear for you. Your dreams do need a practical plan. So there's going to be some practical decision making that needs to be done. But I also want to say, you know, get still and be an observer of what's going on. As one thing completes, the new is opening up for you. I do feel there's a bit of a wobble around the new. The village is really interesting because as a card it speaks about, you know, do you stay in the safe zone, or do you leave your village and trog off into the world and discover there's a whole world out there? Back to the Journey's End being a bit like a card of the world in the tarot, really. It's a completion and a beginning. You're at a very distinct turning point here. Let's draw more cards and see what else we're shown. I'm finding the energy really interesting here because I sort of feel on the one hand there's a message of, you know, leave the village, step out of your safe zone, off you go, the new beginning is available for you, there's a great big world out there, this is so exciting. There's an abundance, harvest coming to you. It's time to have the courage of the wild boar and move forwards. On the other hand, there's a kind of a sense of, look, let's just get still and be an observer of the lay of the land, because you're going to navigate this transition better if you're quite practical and pragmatic about it. Because it feels as if on the one hand, you may have worked very hard to get to this turning point. On the other hand, you're sort of, what do I do next? So that it's a really interesting energy around this reading. Beautiful pile 1. May we ask for more information, please, for pile 1? I think we'll have those 3 cards, and I want to have a look and see what is on the reverse of the pack. Yes, 3 of Swords. How interesting. I think this is really summing up what I'm feeling, that sort of dilemma. The 3 of Swords in many ways is suggesting that some kind of a situation has reached, again, its natural end. It's a turning point, all of the threes are a kind of turning point. All of the threes are a shift from one space to another, whether it's a celebration and on we go. It's not a final completion, but it's a completion of a stage of something. And with the swords, it would suggest that there is a need to stand still. Look at that hand. Stop and be an observer. I think you're going to need to make some quite practical decisions here. Okay, let's just pop that there for a moment, just as it is. Yeah, I think you're going to have to make some quite practical decisions within this situation, because there's going to be choices that need to be made. And yet I sort of feel that the ending and the new beginning are actually inevitable. I kind of feel it. This actually has to happen. It's almost as if the village is, I don't know, closing down or something. That's a strange thing to say, but I almost feel like, do you know what that's reminding me of? I'm looking at the imagery here. I remember visiting a place, it was actually in Wales, I believe, and there was a massive, beautiful lake in the mountains. And it was there because a river had been dammed. And actually the dam meant that obviously it's used as a reservoir now, and it's very beautiful. It's completely naturalized itself. It looks as if that lake has been there forever. And if you were at the end of the lake in the mountains and you couldn't see the dam, it would never occur to you that this was not completely natural. So there's something new that's really exciting that will grow from this scenario, this ending, this completion. But what was really interesting, when they dammed that river, there was a village apparently in the valley. And of course, everyone had to leave the village. The villagers had to depart because their houses were all flooded. And I, believe in some of these scenarios, people go diving amongst the buildings and things. And if we have a drought, sometimes even some of those houses might even slightly appear. But I feel there's something like this sort of inevitability. Okay, this completion, this ending, it's inevitable. It has to happen, and there has to be a moving on. So it feels as though it's a little bit, maybe feeling a bit disorientating, because it's not just a case of, do you step out of your comfort zone and not stay in the safe zone but stretch out into the world? I actually feel like you have to. And the information is very clear for you, the message from Spirit, which is, actually, take your time. You're going to need some really practical plans here. Slow and steady wins the race. Not a bull in a china shop. Slow and steady wins the race. Faith, trust. So it's kind of this mixture of accepting that this change is now here. You may have worked for it, you may have wanted it, but it does feel like if that's the case, it's kind of like, well, what do I do now? I wanted this, now what do I do? There's going to be a need for a practical plan forwards. And so it's kind of a mixture of doing things to move something forwards, but also standing still and observing the choices that you have available to you, so you navigate it with awareness. There'll come a time, we have the card of the Princess of Swords, there will come a time when you can quite genuinely take action in quite a decisive way. So you're going to have to make some clear, decisive decisions. Yeah, Princess of Swords, how interesting. We have Princess of Swords, King of Swords, and Ace of Cups. How fascinating, beautiful souls. So there will be a need to be quite clear-cut, quite discerning, making some very practical choices. But think about them. I would say it's a time when I would be suggesting that you use logic rather than emotion here. And even though we have the Ace of Cups, you see, I think this is so fascinating. I think you really want the shift. I think you really want the new beginning. But there's something about the inevitability of it that is making you feel quite wobbly. So it's the change is positive, it's good. This completion is a great thing. And I think you know it's a great thing, Ace of Cups. It's bringing about a really good new beginning. But at the same time, there's a kind of, you know, how do I actually handle this? What are the choices available for you, pile one? And the need to be quite thoughtful as to how you navigate it, because there's a sense of it feeling quite wobbly or a little bit deep and dark. You know, Thanatos is really interesting because it kind of plunges us into that sense of, I'm going to say the underworld, but in a way it's like our unconscious, and it's that energy, I think, of transformation, the death and rebirth, the completion and the new. Let's draw some more cards. I feel this is so incredibly positive, and yet I also have this distinct feeling that you have a wobble around it, my beautiful souls. Your messages right now are very, very clear. More than one, really, only in acknowledging that something has reached its natural conclusion, it's coming to an end. You will need to be making distinctly clear choices, be logical and practical, and get still and observe the choices that you have and make really clear-cut decisions. I mean, we've got Princess of Swords, King of Swords, Three of Swords. Make balanced choices based on clear information. Okay, now we have the Two of Swords. How interesting. And we have the Lovers. How fascinating. Now the Lovers is ultimately a card of choice. Obviously, sometimes in a reading it will indicate relationship choices, but ultimately this card is a card of choice. So you're going to be making some choices, and some decisions will have to be made here. It's not just a question of making choices, it's actually about you're going to need to make some decisions as well. And what's really interesting, let's just put our Three of Swords here and move that one along a little bit here. Okay. What is very, very interesting here, my super souls, is with this Two of Swords, I always feel, you know, the Two of Swords is all about conflict, really, and you know, facing a dilemma or maybe even procrastinating. But this is one of the most peaceful Two of Swords that I think, of all the decks that I used, it's one of the most peaceful Two of Swords that we have, even though he's walking through water here. But it's like his eyes are closed and he just trusts that everything is going to be okay. He trusts that he'll take one foot after the other. It's almost as though he is sensing his way through. So even though I think you need to apply logic to the choices you will have in response to this completion, at the same time, he's feeling his way through and he has absolute faith. So even though he's walking through water and he can't necessarily see where his feet are going to land, he's feeling his way through the water. He's sensing his way through it and then kind of making clear-cut choices depending on the way that where his feet are landing. It's like, I think we're being shown that you can take this one step at a time. The energy of Taurus, not a bull in a china shop, one step at a time. It's like leaving that sense of security, that village, and knowing it's inevitable. There's nothing you can do because that's it. The village is now going to be submerged underwater. There's no way back. You have to move forwards. And the desert also calls for trust. It's that recognition that even though you feel you're stepping into a space of the unknown, you hold that space of trust in your heart and you take it one step at a time. Another kind of analogy that I'm really being given is like walking on a pathway that's really misty and you can't actually see more than 5 feet ahead. And even if you know the route, you can't see very far ahead. Literally, you can only see where your next foot is going to go. But you place your foot there, and as you place your foot there, you'll then see the next foot and a half or 2 feet in front of you, or half a meter, or whatever you use. And so even though you can't ultimately see exactly where you're going, you trust, you have faith, you know you're going to find the way, you know that everything is okay, that this is right, this is a new beginning that you want. And literally you'll see through that mist. You'll always be able to see far enough ahead of you to take the next step. That is a really big message coming through for you. Yes, there is a completion and a new beginning. I think you've worked quite hard to be where you are, actually, in some way, shape or form. But there's an inevitability about this completion. There are certain things that are just kind of having to happen. And this is a real balance of feeling your way, literally putting one foot in front of the other in that mist, and knowing that every time you put a foot forward, you'll be able to see where the next foot needs to go. And so you can be really practical and pragmatic and make choices. So as one foot goes in front of the other, you'll suddenly see that there is, let's say, a fork in the road, in the pathway, and you'll know which one to take because you know the route, you know where you're going. Essentially, it's just that you can't really visibly see it. So this is a one step at a time process. So much reassurance, so much protection around you. You will be able to see. Just take it real steady. Beautiful souls, take it real steady. You are going to love the outcome here. Take it steady, observe, make choices and decisions that are clear-cut as you move along. What's going to happen with the Princess of Swords, which is the page in some packs, with the Princess of Swords and the King of Swords as well, I think you'll find that you go very quickly from strength to strength. So even though you might find yourself with this natural completion, feeling as though you've suddenly been thrown in at the deep end, like you've just received the letter that says, by the way, we have now decided you're moving, that kind of stuff. However that lands in your world, in the unique circumstances of your world, you are going to love this. And it's actually opening up your world to bring you choices. And you're going to go from strength to strength. You're going to go from feeling a little unsure about the decisions you're making to being really strong and really, really clear. And that's going to happen very quickly. I mean, this is a here and now, time-sensitive reading with the heads up as to how the coming week is going to unfold, really. It's a very immediate reading. So very quickly, you're going to find yourself finding your feet. Literally, you're going to very quickly know what choices are available to you and what you need to do. But give yourself the room to orientate around this completion so that you are able to feel your way through it and make very clear-cut logical choices. Your reading is very clear. Your messages are very, very clear. My beautiful pile one, thank you so much for joining me today for these readings. I post these, as I mentioned earlier, every single Sunday for immediate guidance from Spirit. And thank you. I know many of you follow them every week. Thank you for your feedback, for your love, your support of me and of the channel. You know, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. It all helps to enable me to continue to put tons of free stuff into the world. So thank you, beautiful souls, and thank you all of you who are also connected with me on Patreon, where I do my all zodiac sign readings. Beautiful souls, have a significant week. I want to say this is a very significant completion and new beginning, and you are actually going to love where it takes you. So my beautiful souls, even though it feels a bit wibbly wobbly, I think, as that sort of, let's say that letter arrives or whatever the thing happens, ultimately you've kind of been preparing for this in some way for a while, I think. So I don't think it's a new completion in any way, shape or form. I think, you know, it just sort of slightly knocks you for six by the enormity of the potential of where you're going to go, and then kind of, yeah, how do you now decide what to do next? Literally, what are those next steps, but honestly, strength to strength. You're really going to find your feet so fast, it's going to be untrue. Beautiful pile one, thank you for joining me. I am sending you so much love, and I look forward to seeing you for another reading soon. Hey, my beautiful pile 2 people, welcome to your reading. You have the rune of signs, signals, Anzus, and also Hagalaz, the rune of disruption. You also have, though, the card of hope, the robins, and this beautiful, beautiful hand. I feel like you are being offered potentially a new beginning. You know, something coming in. It may feel a little bit disruptive, you know, with Hagalaz, the rune of disruption, but it kind of feels really, really tingly and exciting, and as if something really very delightful, full of hope, possibility, kind of springtime energy is actually being given to you, offered to you. It could be, I want to say, creative. I feel like this little hand feels very creative. Let's find out more. What is this time-sensitive message that we need for pile 2, please? What do pile 2 need to be aware of? What do they need to tune in with right here and right now? What is being shown? Okay, that is your card there. So, your moon card, a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, full moon in Cancer. We have the flame. Oh, how lovely. Okay, we have the mother. Look at that pearl being gifted. Beautiful gifted. Yeah, we're being, and look at the hand here with the circle in the middle. That, yeah, you are being given something here. And then threshold. Oh my goodness me. Wow, this just feels the tingliness, the excitement, the passion. A personal issue reaches a resolution. I feel like you're free from something. With Hagalaz, the rune of disruption, do you know, sometimes it signifies that we have sort of grown out of something. It's as if, I don't know, maybe you've, I won't say tolerated something, but you know when you put up with something or you tolerate it, that sort of flavour, and then you reach a point where you just think, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And you just kind of realise that that's not for you anymore, you're not going to do it anymore, and you just stop, you make a choice, you change. But the interesting thing is, I feel you're being gifted with something here so that, I don't know, maybe something that you didn't think would happen can happen, or something that you felt was restricting you. Hagalaz can make it feel as though we need to break free from a restriction. I think you're going to be given an opportunity that enables you to step over a new threshold. And with the flame here as well, it's kind of like, yeah, creativity is coming through. Something that's going to fire you up, spark your passion. Let's draw some more cards for you, beautiful souls. What message are we being given here? I mean, it's super that something is coming to a resolution in some way. You're definitely being gifted something. So I'm really interested in that. Now, with the signs, signals, again, it could be that there is a sign, that you're gifted something that gives you the sign that something is now completed or over. But I feel it's a bit more than that, really. What are we being shown? What do pile 2 need to know about right here and right now? May we have, I'm seeing those 2 cards, which is interesting because they've come from the bottom of the pack, and I'm also going to see what is on the bottom of the pack too. So yeah, we have Ace of Discs. Okay. Yeah, gifted something. Resources, energy, money, support, something that gives you, God, like the energy to start afresh. We have the 9 of Discs, beautiful energy. King of Cups and Three of Cups. Oh my goodness me. How exciting. I feel this is just so exciting for you. I really, really do. Right. Something is being given to you. It's like resources, energy, time, money. What's really fascinating is that you can use it. You can pick this up and you can run with it. It's like stepping over that threshold. If you've had an idea or a spark of an idea, it's like somebody comes along and backs you. And you can now run with it. You're not held back. You can run with this. You can move it forwards. With the Three of Cups, this is a card of celebration. King of Cups, energy of the King of Cups coming in. You know, like an angel gifting you something. Yeah. I have to say, pile 2, I'd be buying a lottery ticket if I was you. I'm not saying you're all going to go out and win the lottery, but I feel like you are being given something that enables a circumstance or a situation around you to reach its resolution. So yeah, exactly that. If you've been working on something and you've been hoping to get, let's say you've been writing a book and you were hoping to get a publishing deal, well, you get the publishing deal, or you've sent your idea off and someone comes back and says, actually, I'm backing you 100%. So you can now go with it. You can run with it. Or if you wanted to move house and you didn't have the resources to move house, or you didn't have the resources to invest in something, someone comes along and says, you know, I'll help you out with that. Suddenly somebody gets a windfall and hands it to you, and that windfall is enough for you to be able to move something forwards, to take something ahead. Yeah, it's a gift. Whatever it is and however it comes, you are about to receive a gift and you're going to do something with it. It's not just a gift as in, let's chill out and like let's say it's not like the lottery win whereby you can just retire and go sit on a beach for the rest of your life. It's a gift that is going to enable you to do something. And if you do win the big lottery win, it will be because you already know what you want to do with it. You're going to set up a charity, or you're going to do something amazing with it. This is a gift coming to you, resources, time, energy, support that will help you to move something forwards. So something that has not been feeling right, or something that's been stuck, you've been feeling stuck about it. Something comes along to help to free you up, to move it forwards, to make it happen. Yeah, if you've had writer's block, you might just have some random conversation with somebody. It could be on a bus or in a supermarket or something. Signs, signals, synchronicities. Something just clicks into place and it gives you the one piece of information or the spark of the idea that you can now, so you can now continue writing your story. You're no longer stuck in the procrastination or the writer's block. You can move it forwards. You can plow ahead, and it's like a free flow of energy again. However this lands, your message is really clear. Beautiful pile 2, that something that is not feeling right or okay, this is the Hagelas, that sense of feeling like you want to break free from something, or you want to move forwards but you can't, or you're fed up with something, or you feel you've tolerated something, or you're just feeling a bit stuck and angsty, whatever it may be. Your message is really clear. This is going to change. Something this week is going to be gifted to you, literally handed to you, that will give you exactly what you need to be able to move ahead, to move this forwards. Let's put this here and draw a couple more cards just to see what else we are shown for our beautiful pile 2. Maybe even a sneaky peek into where this is going. Okay, there's your first card. And there is your second. So, your first card is the Queen of Wands. How beautiful. Look at the energy of that. There's so much golden energy coming. Oh, and look at this, 10 of Cups. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is just so lovely. This is beautiful and adorable. Right. Okay, my beautiful souls. Absolutely heavenly. I mean, this is leading to your long-term happiness. What's very interesting is it is a long-term happiness that is, I mean, my goodness me, talk about hope and power. And by power, I don't mean power over others or power dominance. I mean empowerment, that sense of strength, that sense of personal value, satisfaction, motivation. This is leading to your long-term success, your long-term happiness, to your longer-term dreams coming true. It's beautiful. Whatever comes to you, whatever is gifted to you, it's going to remove and end something that is currently, you're feeling like it's just not happening, or it's just not moving, or it's stuck, or it's restrictive. However that is, you're going to be gifted with something. And my goodness me, you're going to be able to cross that threshold, run with it, feel fired up, passionate, excited, motivated. Early celebration leading to very big long-term celebrations, contentment, happiness. Beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm thrilled for you, pile 2. I'm absolutely thrilled. And I can see this has felt a bit stuck, you know, or restricted or not moving forwards. But this is a beautiful gift. It really is. It's a beautiful gift. And you can now nurture. You can nurture and you can make something happen. Yes. There's nothing more to say. It is just beautiful. This is gorgeous. Whatever this gift is, it's gorgeous. Pile 2, I'm thrilled for you. This just feels like a real, just a delight, a wake up, a wonderful threshold to cross and to begin afresh with renewed energy, vitality, hope, all of the beautiful good stuff. Pile 2, thank you for joining me for your reading today. Thank you so much. Thank you all as well for liking, sharing, subscribing. It really does help to support the channel. It helps me to continue to put tons of free stuff into the world. I do post these readings every Sunday, and usually a couple of other pick a card readings in the week with a very specific focus. Thank you all so much for being here and being a part of the Moon Magic community. Tons and tons and tons of love to you, super souls. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the Green Man card, the card of growth. You have the butterfly of transformation, the symbol of peace. You also have the rune of nourishment, of possessions. This is Fehu. This is about ambition satisfied, and the rune of breakthrough. This feels strong in the best possible way. It's like, I feel like your reading is loaded with fertility, which is really interesting. Now, let us ask for a time-sensitive message, or what message or messages does Spirit wish you to have right here and right now? What do you need to know about? I'm actually, put that back in. I'm not sure on those cards. May we have one more card, please, for pile 3. Okay, I am seeing that one there. Okay, so you have the Starborn. Oh my goodness me. You have the Kiss and you have the Flame. Wow. Wow, wow, and more wow. If you were drawn, beautiful souls, to pile 2 as well, there may be some connection in some way, but I'm not going to say any more than that. But my goodness me, gosh, you have something to bring forth, but it's emerging, it's happening. You know, when suddenly something gets a growth spurt, and we do see that around the summer solstice energy, when everything is just, or certainly here in the UK, everything is abundant, everything is so green, everything is so flourishing. Just a few months before, all sorts of plants were like low on the ground, and suddenly they're all, you know, waist high and higher. I feel like you're about to enter a growth spurt in some way, shape or form. Let us see what else we are being shown. I kind of want to say don't hold back. Don't hold back. Don't slow yourself down in any way, shape or form, beautiful souls. There's something to be really actively embraced, engaged with, the kiss, connected to. May we have a card, there we go, that is your card, for our beautiful pile 3. A personal issue reaches resolution. How interesting, this came out in pile 2. I did say to you, maybe there is a connection for you guys with pile 2. I feel like you're free to fly, free to transform, free to make happen. There's a breakthrough point. I just want to say, don't hold back. Don't hold back, beautiful souls. Yes, absolutely. May we have another card, please? May we have more information? That's your card. And I'm just going to see what is on the... Oh my goodness me, we have the universe. I'm going to see what's on the base here as well. We have the 6 of discs. So there is going... You're going to have stuff to share. I feel like you're going to have an abundance to share. How very, very, very fascinating. Okay, so your message this week is really, really clear. Don't hold back. Dream big. Believe in your ambitions. Invest. Invest, invest, invest. I feel like there's an opportunity actually to invest in more than one project. Looking at this 7 of discs. Yeah, I think there's more than one thing to invest in. That's what I want to say. Invest, invest, invest. Actually, my beautiful pile 3, because I do feel what you invest in, what we do today is creating our future. And I'm seeing you sail off into the sunset. Okay, literally, I'm seeing you sailing off into the sunset, creating the world. Ambition satisfied, unexpected rewards, gains, surprises, that breakthrough moment, that turning point. If you are working at something and you have in any way been hindered in it, this is the week when you can really run with it. You can build on it. You can, and with this 7 of discs, these 2 different things going on. I feel that if there's been any indecision around something, I mean, I've used various different analogies in the readings, as I always do, but it's a bit like if you had 2 ideas and you weren't sure which one to run with. This is the week when you know which one you're going to go with, and that's the one you do. And yeah, it's happening. This is a week that's loaded with energy for you. It's loaded with fertility. Everything you invest in this week is going to create the new beginning that you wish to bring forth, opening up the universe for you, opening up the world for you. I'm just blown away by like the abundance. I feel, you know, when they talk about people having green fingers, okay, it's that saying. I remember my mum used to say about one of my neighbours, and she had the most beautiful garden. It was like everything she touched, it just grew. It was like the Midas touch, but in the garden. And her vegetables were always amazing, and her flowers were just amazing, and her herb garden. And my mum would always say she has green fingers. I feel like whatever you invest in this week, and you're really being given the heads up to use this energy to your advantage, whatever you are potentially going to be nourishing, you will have the equivalent of those green fingers. So whatever you touch this week, it's going to grow, and to the point where this is really opening up the world for you. Immerse yourself This is very clear. Immerse yourself in whatever it is that you want to make happen. Whatever you want to create, whatever your dreams. Yeah, whatever your dreams are, beautiful souls. This is a week when your message is so clear. Invest, get focused. And that's really interesting, because at the timing of this reading, now you might be finding it whenever, because these are timeless readings, and I do believe we always find the right reading for ourselves at that moment in time. But if you are following these readings every week, and thank you so much, I know some of you do, then the timing of this reading is just after a new moon in Taurus, and the energy is quite fast-paced. If you are interested in the influence of the moon and the different phases of the moon and how they affect us individually, do check out my moon month video, because if you are watching this as I am posting it, then we are in a space of fast-paced, potentially very fruitful, very productive energy if we are focused about how we use it. Really worth checking that video out if you're interested in these kinds of things. I think this for you is a week when whatever you touch, it'll grow. And honestly, whether it's just that the planets are aligning for you, or you're tuned into the energy, or that you have in yourself resolved something in yourself, some aspect of procrastination or indecision, or feeling like you're not quite sure what you're doing, this is the point where you get the breakthrough. And honestly, just do it, because we are seeing so much potential here. With the 6 of discs here, we're seeing you reach a really comfortable place very quickly, where you can be very generous with the rewards that you are reaping. Immerse yourself in whatever it is you wish to create, manifest in your life. Whatever you prioritize, whatever you touch, it could be more than one thing. It's going to happen, it's going to flourish. So use the energy. The message is so clear for you. This for you is a week of fertility. Partly it comes because something reaches a resolution. Perhaps you are no longer procrastinating. Something gets sorted, and therefore you are free to move forwards. But it's so clear. Invest, my darlings, invest. This is a week when you can really actively use the energy to your advantage. I am thrilled for you. I was thrilled for pile 2 as well. There may be a connection. If you're drawn to them both, then there may well be a connection. May I have some additional information for my beautiful pile 3s, please? Okay, oh my goodness me, look at this. Look at this. You have the 10 of Cups, which also came out in reading 2, if I remember rightly. But you also have the 3 of Pentacles. This is really interesting, my beautiful souls, because whatever you invest in, you're going to see results very quickly. I know I've said everything's going to grow, the green fingers touch, but to the point where you actually, I think, have something very tangible very quickly. If you're negotiating any kind of contract, you're going to have it's going to arrive, and you're going to get to that point where you can celebrate that contract. You'll be able to share generously with people. If you're building something, it's going to reach a point where there's enough of it there for you to be able to share something with others. Yeah, this is actually a mind-blowingly fertile and amazing week for you. Your message is just loud and clear. Focus on whatever makes your heart sing. Focus on dream big, be ambitious. Dream big, be ambitious, keep your eyes on the end goal in terms of your bigger ambitions and plans, and immerse yourself in kind of actually making it happen, because a period of indecision is coming to an end, or a period of not being sure about what to do or how to do it. The energy is absolutely with you. Immerse yourself in your priorities, whether that is work, love, your calling, a book you're writing, anything that you are doing, a picture you're painting, a garden you're growing, whatever it is. And there may well be more than one thing that you choose to invest in. But my darlings, it's going to happen. You're going to see pathways open for you. You're going to see the way. It's like the way being made clear for you. Stuff is just going to flow. So don't hold back, and you're going to see results very, very, very quickly. I'm just so thrilled for you. I am so, so thrilled. Yeah, whatever this is for you, dream big. I feel like you just don't even have to compromise as well. It's one of those scenarios where you can dream big and the pathway opens. And yeah, you don't have to compromise. You don't have to settle for less. It's like maybe you have been settling for less, but you're certainly not going to anymore. I'm quite blown away by the profound fertility of your reading, pile 3. It's absolutely amazing. And given the nature of the fast-paced lunar energy, we've just had a new moon, whatever your new moon wishes were, my goodness me, invest in them. Because, wow, it's happening for you. I mean, it's seriously happening. Beautiful souls, I am loving your reading. I'm loving your energy. I'm loving your fertility. Absolutely magic. Absolutely magic. It's like a turning point for you. Beautiful souls, thank you so, so much, pile 3, for joining me today for your readings. I do post these every single Sunday with immediate information for you from Spirit, and really, yeah, advice, guidance as to how to handle the energy of the week, which for you guys is phenomenal. I mean, it's just go, go, go. This is just fabulous. So, thank you so, so much for joining me. Do check out other readings that I do. I have a timeless readings playlist where there are all sorts of videos where we ask very specific questions. Thank you so, so much for liking, sharing and subscribing. It really does help me to keep putting free stuff into the world. And thank you all of you who are with me over on Patreon as well, where I do my all zodiac sign readings. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here, and I am blown away. Tons and tons and tons of love to you.